Hi, and welcome to our fundamental movement skills video on learning how to kick. So what exactly is kicking? As described by Sports New Zealand, kicking is the process of using your feet to apply force to an object. The force behind this object accelerates it towards the direction the kicking foot was aimed. These skills are fundamental to a student's learning due to the effects they have on the social, cognitive and physical development of the child. According to numerous sources, the fundamental movement skills have been known to factor into healthy development of children, which has a substantial effect on the level of physical activity an individual participates in throughout adolescence and adulthood. According to the Victorian curriculum, the fundamental movement of kicking should be introduced around the age of 5 when students are in foundation classes at primary school. It is important for foundation students to perform fundamental movement skills and solve movement challenges at this early age so they can continue to develop their skills and have confidence to partake in physical activity and competitive sporting games in and out of school. Children would not naturally develop fundamental movement skills, so opportunities need to be provided to be able to help teach and practice these skills. Positioning is important, so let's talk about where you should place yourself around your students. Direct instruction is one of the most effective teaching strategies and is associated with improved student achievement. The best way to display the task to be learned is to place yourself in front of the student. This is so the student can easily view every action made. Some students can have trouble learning when directly facing the instructor. This is because they don't understand how to reverse the actions they are seeing. For cases like this, place yourself next to the child. This positioning keeps you clearly visible to the student, which helps them mimic your actions. It also keeps you from physically getting hit with a stray ball. Let's talk about key teaching points. All fundamental skills are made up of smaller steps to help students perfect their technique. For kicking, these steps are: first, stand behind the ball and slightly to one side. Step 2, keep your eyes on the ball. We continue doing this through step 3, which is step forward, placing your non-kicking foot next to the ball. Step 4, swing kicking leg back. Bend it at the knee and bring it through fast to contact the ball. Step 5, aim to connect with the ball on the shoelace area. And step 6, follow through with your foot in the direction of the target. When you put it all together, it should look something like this. When first learning the skill of kicking, the use of an average soccer ball would likely result in the balls going in multiple directions and the children chasing after them. One method suggested to fix this issue is to have the students first learn the proper kicking method using a balloon. Not only will this keep students from kicking objects in all directions and possibly injuring other students, but it will keep off-task time to a minimum. Once students have learnt the proper method of kicking, the instructor can develop their skills using a large ball made from softer material, such as foam or sponge. This will decrease the chances of students injuring one another while also developing their skills further. After they have perfected the technique, students can then move on to harder and smaller sized soccer balls. For students with sensory issues, it is advised that they are given a pair of noise-cancelling earmuffs to help them cope with the heightened noise disturbing their personal environment. Now, with every skill learned, there are common errors made. When providing constructive feedback, make sure you compliment the skills they have mastered first. Here you will notice the student does not bring back her kicking leg, but she has a really great follow-through. This error by first congratulating her on her excellent follow-through. Then, place an object that can easily be knocked over behind the student. This could be a cone or a wooden peg. Inform the student that before they kick the ball, they must swing their leg back far enough to knock over this object first. Here is an example of a student not following through on their kick. If a student is not following through on their kick, there are some ways to encourage this movement. Stand in front of your student. Hold up a marker at the height you would like their foot to be going through to. Get them to perform the swing of the kick over and over, informing them that their toes must touch the marker each time. It may take them a few goes, but practice makes perfect. Another common mistake are students not stepping next to their ball when they go to kick it. A way to correct this error is by placing a marker next to the ball on the side of their non-kicking foot. This marker helps the student learn exactly where they should be placing their step each time. Get them to repeat the action to help the action become embedded as a permanent fundamental skill. Thanks for tuning in on our presentation for the fundamental movement skill, the kick. For further instructions on kicking, you can visit the Victorian Fundamental Movement Skills, a manual for classroom teachers on the Victorian State Government Education and Training website. Or you can look up the Teaching Quality Health and Physical Education published by Cengage.